Guys, come here closer. Today I will tell a story. It's a story of my life. I don't know if I have said that before. If I haven't, so listen. I think it is a nice one. So it's about when I decided to live in the United States. I was about 27 years old. I was working in a place and I didn't like it. I wasn't happy there. So I decided to start saving money. So I found this travel agency and they showed me this program called Au Pair. So I like it. I decided to apply for that program. Then I found a family in the United States. So I decided to quit my job here in Brazil and pack my stuffs and go. It wasn't so simple like that. I had to come to São Paulo, stay for one day because my flight was leaving from the airport here from São Paulo. Right, so far so good. But then I had problem with my ticket, my flight ticket. And I couldn't go with the group of the girls that was doing the same program, au pair program with me. I had to stay one day longer here in São Paulo and I went to the United States the day after. Okay, but for me it was a big deal because I haven't flown by plane at all. It was my first time, so I was scary, totally scary, because for me it was like flying and it was a long trip, whatever. So I finally arrived in the United States. It was in New York. I had a training program, so I had to stay there for 1 week. I knew that before. But the problem was how and who was waiting for me in this airport, because I was totally by myself. Totally. I had no idea. I had a cell phone, but I didn't have the chip because I had a Brazilian number and did not work there at all. And what do you think about Uber, Waze, WhatsApp? 10 years ago, that wasn't possible. So when I realized it, I was totally happy because I was there in the United States, but I was stuck at the airport. And I think the airport it was JFK, it's huge one. I could say that I was in trouble. Do you want to know the end of this story? Maybe in the next video. But now we have a class to see, okay? Check this class, check all the information that I will give to you. We are going to talk later, okay? Bye! Hello guys, here we are. Let's talk about narrative story. I bet you are crazy about to see how my story ends and how I could escape from the airport, right? I will tell that in another time in another video, but now we need to work, okay? So narrative story. Let's think about a little bit all the information we already know about narrative stories, because I know that you guys read a lot, okay? So this is really important when we need to write about something or we need to create a story. It's really important reading as well. If you do not read, we are not going to be able to write, okay? So let's see. So what is a narrative story? How can I define this writing process? What are the characteristics of it? Let's see. The first one here seems like dumb, but I need to tell you guys. Narrative writing must tell a story, right? Ta-da, I know. A narrative is a story. Its purpose is to entertain. Entertain. What that means? That means that You're going to have fun. You're going to cry. You're going to feel something when you're writing. Okay, it's different from a newspaper that when you read, you need to get information. You want to know news. It's totally different about the how-to process, because when you're reading a how-to process, you must learn about something. Okay, so narrative story now is totally different. So, can be non-fiction that is based on real events, okay? Can be something that's already happening, or can be something that you want to tell for the very first time, okay? Does not matter. Non-fiction, real life, okay? So, fiction, not real, right? Something that you imagine, you say, that you create. Okay, so it's not based on real events. Can, for example, Star Wars, or even like if you want to write about the monster that you found under your bed, sometimes just like your messy things under the bed and you're creating a monster, but that is okay. It is your right to write about what you want. So, characteristics of a narrative writing include characters, plot. What is plot? It's series of events, so it's small problems, small situations, okay? And the big problem, I mean the issue that we need to solve, the setting, do not forget the setting. As much detail you can write about uh, turns the story more interesting, okay? You can have idea about the novels that you guys already read about, like the Think About George, or even like the fourth grade of Nothing. You know, you can imagine the house of the characters, the place that the story is telling. Okay, so let's see. Or the point of view. Point of view here, guys. Sometimes you will find, sometimes not. Sometimes come after the conclusion a point of view, but it's not necessary. Okay, it's up to you. It's up if you want to add or not. So types of narrative writing include novels, short stories, comics, plays, musical, narrative poetry. Okay, so a lot of types of narrative writing. We're talking about narrative stories here, right? So, the first thing I need to think about is the message in your story, the message in your story. It is the big idea. Or in the example that I was giving to you guys can be my travel to United States or my first time in New York, okay? So it is the beginning. The structure is just like this. The message is the big idea that you want to write to. That's why before we start to writing a narrative story, we usually do brainstorm, okay, to find the perfect, brilliant, big idea you want to write about. So we have the beginning, the middle, and the end. Check here, guys. This B means the beginning. In the beginning, I will show the characters, the problem, and the setting. Remember details. Character was me, how old I was, where did I live. Okay, so many informations you can put here. All this information goes in the beginning. In the middle, event 1, 2, 3, 4. So a lot of small situations, not bigger than your problem that you want to solve, but these events make your story more interesting. Remember when I said that the problem is the most excited part of your history, and the end. What we can write in the end, guys? If we have a problem, what are we going to write in the end? For sure, the solution, right? So let's see here again. So the beginning, introduce the characters and the setting. Setting just one more time, I'm telling you guys, it's where and when. Characters can be the main characters or the supporting ones, right? And the problem and the issue. The problem is just a little bit about it, just a small idea of the problem, okay? Because it's just the beginning of the history. The mirror, the problem is showed to the readers. Like, wow. So the complication is the most excited part of the history. It's when something goes wrong, goes really bad, and you need to solve. And the last one, the solution, is when the problem is solved. Can be followed by a conclusion as well. It's up to you. Sometimes you can find a lesson learned. It's up to you guys, okay? So here I found this mountain here to express, to show how you can organize. So I will start with the introduction, then one event, another one, here problem, and we can have events before we got the solution from this problem, okay? And the conclusion, that's up to you guys. Hello guys, now that you had the class and we could talk a little bit about narrative story, I want you to use your own words and write what is a narrative story for you, and please add at least 3 characteristics of it. We are going to work a lot on this writing process, okay? See you next class. Take care.